Charlotte Flair's new boyfriend in WWE, Uncle Howdy attacks Aleister Black, Goldberg shows up to help Pat win, Jey Uso's next WWE title defense leaked, Randy Orton surprisingly heaps praise on Logan Paul, Randy Orton opens up about his iconic 2009 heel character, 9 WWE stars officially become free agents, Cody Rhodes' future comes under question, John Cena's WWE Backlash match ends with a screw job. Let's dive right in. Uncle Howdy attacks Aleister Black. The final Smackdown before Backlash 2025, airing May 6, 2025, is shaping up to be a game-changer for the blue brand. John Cena will face off with Randy Orton one last time before their undisputed WWE Championship clash, while Jade Cargill and Nia Jax battle to become the #1 contender for Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's Championship. Here are 5 big moments that could steal the show. Number 1. Aldis blocks Naomi's meddling. Naomi's been locked in a heated feud with Jade Cargill for months, and with Cargill facing Nia Jax in a crucial #1 contender match, the Glow might try to mess things up. To keep the match fair, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis could step in and ban Naomi from ringside. This move would ensure a clean finish and stop Naomi from costing Cargill, keeping the focus on who's next for Stratton's title. Number 2. McIntyre swaps in for Sikoa. The new Bloodlines tag team match pits Solo Sikoa and US champion Jacob Fatu against LA Knight and Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre, who's gunning for Fatu's title and clashing with Priest, could shake things up by replacing Sikoa at the last second. Teaming with Fatu would crank up the hype for their fatal 4-way US title match at Backlash, where McIntyre, Knight, and Priest all challenge the Samoan Werewolf. Number 3. Uncle Howdy targets Aleister Black. The Wyatt Six haven't hit SmackDown yet, but rumors are swirling about their debut, per Wrestling Observer reports from May 2025. This week, Uncle Howdy could make a chilling entrance by attacking Aleister Black, who recently returned to WWE and beat The Miz on the April 25th SmackDown. A surprise assault on the former NXT champ would kickstart a dark feud, giving Triple H a bold way to introduce the faction before Backlash. Number 4. Chelsea Green dumps Piper Niven. Chelsea Green's been struggling since losing the Women's United States Championship, even with Piper Niven in her corner. Things seem tense in the Green regime, and Green might snap, firing Niven on SmackDown. This betrayal could spark a fiery feud between the two, giving both stars a chance to shine in a personal rivalry on the blue brand. Number 5. Cena ambushes Orton. John Cena, now a ruthless heel, faces Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship at Backlash. To get the upper hand, the Cenation leader might play dirty on SmackDown, attacking the Viper to weaken him before their big match. Whether it's a sneaky backstage beatdown or a vicious in-ring assault during their face-off, Cena injuring Orton could flip the script and add major drama to their title fight. The WWE Universe is hyped for SmackDown's last stop before Backlash. Which of these twists will go down, and what's your take on the blue brand's big night? Goldberg shows up to help Pat win. WWE's Backlash 2025, hitting St. Louis's Enterprise, is shaping up to be a wild night. The lineup's packed. Becky Lynch faces her former protege Lyra Valkyria. John Cena defends the undisputed WWE Championship against Randy Orton, and Dominic Mysterio battles Penta El Zero Miedo. But the match-stealing whispers is Gunther versus Pat McAfee, sparked by the Ring General's vicious chokeout of McAfee on Raw. After Gunther's suspension, they're set to clash, and here are 4 ways their showdown might end. Number 1. Gunther chokes out McAfee. Gunther's a unique beast in WWE, switching up finishers like most change outfits. One of his go-to moves is a nasty chokehold, a twist on the sleeper that knocked McAfee out cold on the April 21st Raw. He even tried it on Michael Cole that night. At Backlash, Gunther could slap on that hold, leaving McAfee helpless. Once it's locked in, Pat's got no shot at breaking free, and the Ring General would walk away with the win. Number 2. McAfee pulls a miracle pin. Pat McAfee's no stranger to defying odds. He's been an NFL star, hosted TV and online shows, and stepped into WWE's ring 7 times, beating names like Austin Theory, Baron Corbin, and The Miz. Still, he's a commentator, not a full-time wrestler, making him a huge underdog against Gunther. But Pat's pulled off upsets before, and a sneaky roll-up could catch the Ring General off guard at Backlash. It wouldn't be a clean domination, but a fluke pin would leave the crowd speechless. Number 3. Ref stops match for McAfee's safety. Gunther's a wrestling machine, holding 3 titles in WWE, 2 with record-breaking reigns. Even his short World Heavyweight title run lasted nearly 9 months. He's also brutal, like when he bloodied Jimmy Uso before Mania 41 to mess with Jey Uso's head. If Gunther unleashes that same fury on McAfee, busting him open and battering him, the ref might have no choice but to call it off. A bloody beaten Pat would hand Gunther the victory by stoppage. Number 4. Goldberg helps McAfee win. McAfee beating Gunther solo seems like a long shot. A fluke roll-up's possible, but for a real champion, chance, Pat needs backup. Enter WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg, who could make a jaw-dropping return. Rumors of Goldberg's final match against Gunther have swirled since their tense moment at Bad Blood 2024, per Wrestling Observer. If the ref gets knocked out at Backlash, Goldberg could storm in, hit Gunther with a spear, and let McAfee steal the pin. This would set up a blockbuster Gunther-Goldberg clash, maybe at SummerSlam 2025. The WWE Universe is on edge for this unlikely showdown. Will McAfee pull off a miracle, or is Goldberg's return the key? What's your pick for this Backlash brawl? Jey Uso's next WWE title defense leaked. World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso might be gearing up for a huge title defense soon. The Yeet Master claimed the belt at WrestleMania 41 on April 20th, 2025, tapping out Gunther in an epic showdown. Since then, Jey's been a marked man, especially with social media star Logan Paul throwing shade and vowing to take his title. Their bad blood's been heating up fast. In a Q&A with wrestling journalist Bill Apter, WrestleVotes' Joe dropped a hint that Jey could put the championship on the line at Saturday night's main event on May 24th, 2025 in Tampa, Florida, likely against Paul. Don't believe so, but I could see that match happening at the May 24th Saturday night's main event. So, we'll see, but I think that's where they're going. The tension spiked when Logan Paul ambushed Jey after the April 28th Raw ended, a brutal attack caught on video and shared on WWE's YouTube channel. The WWE Universe is eager to see how Jey fires back at the Mavericks challenge in the weeks ahead. Will this clash explode into a title showdown, or is another twist coming? What's your take on Jey's next move? Randy Orton surprisingly heaps praise on Logan Paul. Randy Orton dropped some surprising compliments on Logan Paul, calling him a rare talent for his in-ring skills. The Maverick burst onto the WWE scene at WrestleMania 38, teaming with The Miz to face Rey and Dominic Mysterio. At WrestleMania 41, he took down AJ Styles, and now seems poised to challenge Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. In a Billboard interview, Orton opened up about celebrities like Paul stepping into wrestling, praising his passion and work ethic. You can tell right away if they're a real fan or not, because they'll know a little bit about what's going on. They'll have an idea. So very quickly, you'll know whether they're full of esh and they're just there for the press and they're pushing their movie, or they were told to be there by their agent just for the FaceTime. Logan definitely wants to be there, obviously. He's just very good. He's an amazing athlete. He's charismatic. He works very hard. He's one in a million, said Orton. Orton also gave a nod to Bad Bunny, another celebrity who's left a mark in WWE. Despite only a few matches, the rapper's performances, like his Royal Rumble stint and standalone bouts, stood out. Then, Bad Bunny is in the Royal Rumble one year, and then he has a match here and a match there. That shake is hard, man, but for someone like that to be that mainstream and that well-known to come and be a part of what we're doing, and to enjoy it, what a huge crossover that is for us. The Bad Bunnies and the Logan Pauls of the world, I praise them, and am thankful they grew up as wrestling fans. Both Paul and Bad Bunny have held WWE titles, proving their worth. The WWE Universe is curious when Bad Bunny might return, and if Paul's title chase will pay off. What's your take on Orton's high praise for these crossover stars? Randy Orton opens up about his iconic 2009 heel character. Randy Orton took a trip down memory lane, revisiting his unforgettable 2009 heel persona that left a lasting mark on WWE. That year, the Viper was a total menace, trying to blow up John Cena with pyro, punting Vince McMahon, RKOing Stephanie McMahon in front of a handcuffed Triple H, and making life miserable for the McMahons and Cena. Fans on X still rave about his 2009 bad guy era. In a recent Billboard interview, Orton shared why that year's villain run remains so iconic. I remember in 2009, it all kind of clicked as a bad guy. I just kind of let loose and acted a little bit more crazy, even down to the body language and stuff. But I think what it came down to was who I was facing in the ring in 2009. I was booked really strong. I think I won the Rumble that year and main evented WrestleMania with Triple H, said Orton. I did the thing where he was handcuffed and I assaulted Stephanie McMahon in front of him and he was an inch away. He had to sit there and watch as I messed with her. I kicked Vince in the head. I destroyed the entire McMahon family and looked real strong doing it. Orton also talked about the RKO, one of wrestling's most famous moves, which has exploded into pop culture with countless memes and recognition even among non-fans. Yeah, I just look at it like I'm lucky. Right place, right time. I had a great fans. I met Logan Paul for the first time, and it's funny because he was a wrestling fan, but I don't think he was following it quite as much. But he was aware of what the RKO was. That's what he told me when I first met him, and I thought that was pretty funny. But to your point, it's kind of like transcended wrestling and me and became a thing of its own. Now, Orton's set to face John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship at Backlash on May 20th, 2025, bringing back echoes of their 2009 battles. The WWE Universe is hyped. Will this feel like a throwback to the Viper's ruthless prime? What's your take on Orton's legendary heel era? 9 WWE stars officially become free agents. 9 WWE stars have now officially become free agents going forward. It is effective immediately. WWE stars who are released usually have to wait 90 days before they can work elsewhere. If they are on a main roster contract with the company, they have to fulfill their no-compete clause for that length of time. All of them were released from the company back on February 8th. Their no-compete clause comes to an end, and thus, they will be able to work for companies outside the company. The authors of Pain, aka Akam and Razar, Blair Davenport, Cedric Alexander, The Good Brothers, aka Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Isla Dawn, Giovanni Vinci, and Elektra Lopez will all be free agents and may appear elsewhere. Their time with the company is officially at an end. Fans will have to wait and see where they end up. As of right now, there has been talk about the Good Brothers working with NJPW going forward. Meanwhile, Cedric Alexander has confirmed his free agency as well. The star is done with WWE. Now that they are no longer restricted by their contracts and the no-compete clause, more stars should appear elsewhere in the coming weeks. Cody Rhodes' future comes under question. Former WWE manager Dutch Mantel recently shared his thoughts on Cody Rhodes' missing TV tapings. The star last competed at WrestleMania 41, losing the undisputed WWE Championship to John Cena. Cody's year-long reign came to an end at the Show of Shows this year. Despite putting up a great fight, the American Nightmare couldn't stand up to the underhanded tactics employed by Cena to win the title. On a recent episode of Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Time Machine with host Mac Davis, Mantel shared his thoughts on the matchup. He felt there was no way WWE would take the title off Cena this quickly. He predicted John would win the match and continue his reign. However, the veteran manager questioned where Cody Rhodes fit into this entire storyline. He was surprised to see the former champion not involved in ongoing storylines since losing the gold at WrestleMania. I think Cena will come out on top. My question is, where's Cody? Mantel said. John Cena is scheduled to defend the gold at Backlash this Saturday against Randy Orton. It will be interesting to see if Cody Rhodes shows up at the event. John Cena's WWE Backlash match ends with a screwjob. The undisputed WWE champion John Cena will have his first title defense of his 17th World Championship reign this Saturday. Veteran wrestling journalist Bill Apter discussed how the match could possibly go down. Cena and Randy are set to renew their rivalry inside the squared circle. The two megastars will face off at Backlash this Saturday in St. Louis with the undisputed WWE Championship on the line. On a recent episode of The Wrestling Time Machine with host Mac Davis, Apter explained that there was no way Randy Orton would lose clean in his hometown. He noted that John Cena could use underhanded tactics to claim the victory at Backlash. The veteran felt this would be a great way for the champ to retain the title without damaging Orton's credibility in front of his home fans. Well, Cena's going to retain the undisputed championship, but there's going to be some controversy. It's right in Randy's backyard, and Randy's too good to do a clean loss. He doesn't deserve it, so there's going to be some sort of screw job in there, Bill said. In his latest run as champion, John Cena has turned on the WWE universe. He declared he was the last real champion and would ruin wrestling for the fans with his historic 17th world title reign. Charlotte Flair's new boyfriend in WWE. Charlotte Flair has been romantically linked with her WWE stylist since her official divorce from Andrade. The Queen has now finally addressed her relationship with her colleague. Earlier today, Charlotte took to her Instagram story and revealed that one of her friends, Rick, informed her about the ongoing dating rumors with Bryan Valentine. The 14-time women's champion shut down the speculation, saying Bryan is only her personal stylist and they are just friends. So, my good friend Rick just texted me this morning, sent me a link about my new boyfriend. Brian, did you know you're my new boyfriend? Yes, guys. Bryan Valentine, who does my hair, my nails, my eyebrows, sometimes my spray tan, sews my gear together. Oh, last night he bedazzled my nails is my boyfriend. Nice. Think. Thank you, boyfriend, she said. Charlotte Flair hasn't appeared on TV since failing to dethrone the reigning WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, on night 1 of WrestleMania 41. She appears to have taken some time off following the showcase of the Immortals. Meanwhile, the buff Barbie has been feuding with Nia Jax and Jade Cargill on Smackdown. The two women will face each other to determine the #1 contender for Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's Championship. This all but confirms that Flair is out of the title picture for a while and will miss the upcoming Backlash Premium Live event on May 10th in St. Louis. However, fans won't have to wait much longer to see the Queen back on their television screens. Flair is featured on the official Money in the Bank poster, which will take place on June 7th. Will she return in time for the marquee Premium Live event? Only time will tell.